So let's go ahead and compare the Pixel 9 with the Motorola Edge 2024, and which is a better phone overall and which one is better for the price. So the Pixel 9 and the Motorola Edge are priced very differently. The Pixel 9 is $800 brand new, while the Motorola Edge 2024, it comes in a couple of different prices. You can get it as high as like $400, $500, but I'm really focusing on the free aspect. You can get this for free on prepaid and on eBay and stuff for a cheaper price than the 500. So, but I'm going to stick to free. Pixel 9, $800 versus the Motorola Edge for free. And it's going to be very interesting at those price points. So, let's start off with the physical dimensions of the phone. And the Pixel 9 is a little bit heavier, but a little bit smaller than the Motorola Edge. Pixel 9 is 7 ounces. Edge Motorola is at 6.14. So the Edge is a lot more lightweight. Build quality on the Pixel 9. Glass front, glass back, aluminum frame. Motorola Edge, glass front, aluminum frame. And it has a very interesting, very nice feeling eco leather on the back. So if you're not rocking a case, the Motorola Edge is very, very nice to hold in your hand, very grippy. The Pixel 9 is going to feel a little bit more slippery, and I do suggest just getting the case on both of these. Both of these phones have nano SIM and the eSIM built in, and that's interesting because eSIM was usually found only on flagship devices, and now even the cheaper devices have eSIM, so that's no longer a flagship exclusive. As for dust and water resistance, both of these are IP68 rated at 1.5 meters for 30 minutes, so the exact same thing for water resistance and submersion to tie right there. Now for the displays, you have a 6.3 inch display on the Pixel 9 versus the 6.6 inch on the Edge. So if you like smaller phones, the Pixel 9 is a very intriguing device because there's not a lot of smaller Android phones out there. And the Pixel 9 has 120 hertz OLED display, which is okay, but the Motorola Edge has a POLED at 144 hertz. So I think that's the better screen right there, having that really fast refresh rate. Very, very nice. Also, the Pixel 9 has 86% screen to body ratio, while the Edge has a very impressive 90% screen to body ratio. So smaller bezels on the Motorola. Resolution is the same, 1080 display on both of these, so it's a tie right there. But the one plus on the Pixel 9 is that it has an always-on display. So software-wise, is going to be a big advantage on the Pixel 9. It has Android 14, but it has 7 years of updates, and you're going to get the updates right away since these are the Pixel phones. The Motorola Edge also has Android 14, and it also has a stock version of Android with a little bit of extras on it, but don't count on this device having any updates in the future. It does have some nice features though that are exclusive to Motorola, such as chopping the phone in a gesture, so you could get the flashlight, twist the phone to get the camera, and also a 3-finger you touch the device with 3 fingers and it'll take a screenshot. So it's the overall advantage on the software is going to be the Pixel 9, but the Motorola Edge has some very nice additions of its own. Chipset, the Tensor G4 from Google is top notch, very flagship, very nice. That is gonna set it apart from pretty much every other Android phone out there. The Motorola Edge has a Snapdragon 7S Gen 2, which is no slouch, but is not powerful. That's a mid-range type of processor. Let's see, for storage, it's a different ball game. We have 128 gigs on the Pixel 9, which is very average. It's not flagship level. The Motorola Edge, on the other hand, 256 gigs of internal storage. So a big difference right there. It's a clear winner who is better in the storage game. But neither of these devices have an SD card slot. As for RAM, the Pixel 9 has 12 gigs of RAM, which now that's the standard base for Pixels, up from 8 gigs, which is what the Motorola Edge currently has. But in day-to-day activities, you're not going to see a lot of difference between these devices. Now, when it comes to the cameras, you will see and notice a big difference in camera quality. Pixel 9 has a 50 megapixel main shooter and 48 megapixel ultra wide, while the Motorola Edge has 50 megapixel main shooter and 13 megapixel ultra wide, both shooting 4K. But let me tell you, the overall winner is the Pixel 9 because Pixels have the best Android camera, bar none. Plainly said, Motorola Edge, sorry, but your camera is not up to snub. It's not even in the mid-range department. You're only going to be able to take good pictures and good video in the daytime. So if you're looking for a good camera phone, then the Pixel 9 is for you for sure. And the Motorola Edge, sorry, it does not. It's Motorola cameras suck in general. So that's that. And the selfie camera, Pixel 9 has a 4K shooter, while the Edge has 1080p. Now, neither of these have a headphone jack, which is, it is what it is. I appreciate the budget devices having a headphone jack, and flagships don't have them anymore. And yeah, it's a bummer. I use it for when I'm in the car, or if you want to hook up a microphone or something like that, but it's not here. Kind of disappointing. Bluetooth 5.3 on the Pixel 9, 5.2 on the Edge 2024. Both of these have NFC. Both have USB Type-C as well. Very standard. Now, both of these have under the display fingerprint readers, but the Google Pixel 9 upgraded to a little bit better ultrasonic reader, and while the Edge has the optical display fingerprint reader. But to tell you the truth, both of these are going to be very responsive regardless. Now, for battery life, the Pixel 9 has a 4700 milliamp battery, which is smaller than the 5000 milliamp battery in the Motorola Edge. And when it comes to charging speed, the Pixel 9 is very, very sad. 27 watt wired charging, while the Edge blows it out of the water with 68 wired charging, super fast charging. So there's a big difference right there. The Motorola Edge has a bigger battery, super fast charging time. The Pixel 9 has 15 watt wireless charging with the Pixel stand, and 12 watt wireless charging with a Qi charger, and also reverse wireless, while the Edge only has 15 watt wireless. But the big winner here when it comes to battery and charging is going to be the Edge, and that's just sad. That's one thing about the Pixel 9 that I have. There's no excuse why you're charging flagship level prices and you got lower, smaller battery life than a pretty much a budget device, and you're paying a lot more. So yeah, I don't get it. So the Pixel 9 overall, if you're talking about raw flagship type of feeling and power, then the Pixel 9 is going to be for you. It has a very nice camera system. It has 12 gigs of RAM. It has that powerful tensor chip, the 7 years of updates, stock Android, and then also it's a smaller device overall, which I really like. So those are the main attractions to the Pixel 9. But the Motorola Edge, you can get it for free on prepaid at Metro, and it is damn near good. It sits in between the mid-range and the flagship spectrum, because there's a lot to like about it as well. It has very minimal bezels, has a gigantic battery, it has super fast charging, it has a premium feel to it. It has the enormous amount of storage. There's a lot to like about it. It even has a stock Android feel to it. But the things that do drag it down is going to be it's going to be the camera. It definitely is the camera. There's just no way you could get around it. It's a feature that is so commonly used, and I think that's one of the, when you compare it to the Pixel 9, which has the best camera in the game, it's a big detriment to the Motorola Edge. Motorola in general have sucky cameras. Doesn't matter how much you pay for it, they're gonna be terrible. But regardless, the overall better phone is the Pixel 9. But overall deal, overall bang for your buck, the phone that most people should get is the Edge, and they'll be happier with it because it does have a lot of pluses that that overtake the Pixel 9, except the major one is the camera system. That's the only thing that is holding back the Motorola Edge from being an overall better device than the Pixel 9. So there you have it. The Pixel 9 versus the Motorola Edge 2024. Take your pick. $800 versus free.